Marist. And speaking about that poll, it is a Marist poll. It was just released this morning. It comes as Adams faces federal corruption charges against him. That poll states 69% of city residents think that he should step down, while 50% believe that he should serve out the rest of his term. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live in Tribeca, where the mayor is attending a Rosh Hashanah service this afternoon with the very latest on what Adams himself is saying about this poll. Linda, I know the mayor is never short on words when something like this comes out. So what did he say?
Yeah, hi there, Bianca. We're going to hear from him in just a moment because, yes, he was asked about the poll, and he did give us an answer. Now, first of all, I have to point out the mayor is keeping a busy schedule this week and today, as usual. His schedule really has not slowed down this week. But this poll, it does not look good. Go ahead and take a look at this video here. Now, earlier today, the mayor spoke in Brooklyn at a meeting of the African-American clergy and elected officials. Now, the mayor routinely speaks at local churches and with religious leaders, but there seems to be more of these events since his indictment. Now, he is trying to maintain his support from black voters while he fights for his political future amid the corruption scandal. The latest poll from Marist College, it is quite damning. Take a look at these figures here. 69% of New York City residents, including 71% of Democrats, think the mayor should resign. 63% feel Governor Hochul should begin the process to remove the mayor. 65%, including 68% of Democrats, believe the mayor did something illegal. 24% believe the mayor did something unethical, but not illegal. 81%, including 80% of Democrats, believe the mayor should not seek re-election. Now, as I said at the top, the mayor spoke about this poll today. Fox 5 also spoke with the director of the poll, and here is what they both had to say.
No, I think New Yorkers, as in any time when you get one side of an issue, you have a tendency to look at that side of the issue. Now it's an opportunity, as this plays out, that they will see both sides of the issue.
You know, I think what we're seeing in the results of this Marist poll is that it's a thumbs down on the mayor. Most New Yorkers have heard something about the indictment, the federal charges, and the overwhelming majority across boroughs, racial groups, age, gender, you name the group, people are saying that this is a major problem and they want to see the mayor step down.
And from the very beginning, the mayor has maintained his innocence and says he is not going to resign. Something else I want to point out here, somebody else who's keeping a close eye on all of this, the scandal and the polls, is former Governor Andrew Cuomo, because apparently he wants to run for mayor. But he might want to take a look at the poll, too, because it doesn't look too good for him either. 55% of city residents do not want Cuomo to run. 44% think he should. Back inside to you.
I have a feeling that he would still look at those numbers and think he's got a good shot, though. Linda, very interesting that you broke that down for us today. Thank you so much.